Hey everybody, my name is Liam. I'm the programming manager at BreakOut West, and I'm here to run you through the submission process for the BreakOut West Showcase Festival taking place this fall in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia, October 11th to 15th. We have a new platform for submissions this year. It's called Award Stage. Hope it's really intuitive for you, but I'm here to guide you through the process regardless. Before we get started, I just wanted to give you a quick note that make sure that you're got all of your stuff together before you submit. Of course, that should include your promotional photos, your touring history, a couple songs to submit, as well as a live performance video and your social media and streaming links. Also want to give you a quick reminder to check in with your Provincial Music Industry Association to make sure your membership is up to date, because of course we do have a 10% discount for Music Industry Association members for those who are based in Western Canada. Also want to give you a quick heads up that the software is actually really great. It should work on most browsers. It works on Chrome, it works on Firefox, it works on Edge and Safari. I'm going to show it to you on Chrome today, but make sure your browser's up to date to avoid any potential issues. Anyway, I want to show you the platform today. It's really easy to use, but if you have any questions, you can feel free to email me or feel free to email Johnny at breakoutwest.ca to get any issues you may have with the platform resolved. So this is what it looks like. Basically, there's a little bit of information here about the festival. And then at the bottom here, we've got all of the stuff you need. So if you want to review our guidelines before we get started, you can always click this link here, and that'll take you back to the BreakOut West website. You can review eligibility, you can review our residency requirement, and all of our additional little bits and bobs. If you have any questions about eligibility, you can always email me. My name's Liam at breakoutwest.ca. You can also download a copy of that, all that information as a PDF if you'd rather print it out and read it with your eyeballs instead of reading it on a screen. I also prefer to read stuff on paper. You can do that there. Also, if you'd like to review this video tutorial, you can always click that button right there. Presumably that's how you got to see me today. Anyway, to submit, you do need to make an account. If you've made an account in years past, unfortunately, you will still need to make a new account. This is a new system. So if you click here, it should take you to the submissions registration page where you can sign up. Okay, so this is the sign up page. This is where you go to put all your information in to make an account. So it will ask you for a honorific. I know this is a little antiquated. Sorry, just put in whatever you want here. So I'm going to say I'm Dr. My name's Dr. Liam Prost. Dr. Liam Prost. Put in an email. Make sure you confirm it. So make sure it's the right email. Just a quick note: it will send you a registration confirmation. So make sure that this email does work and that it is monitored. You'll also be asked here to put in your Music Industry Association information if you are a member, and if you do so, you should get 10% off. Also make a strong password and hit register, and that should make you an account. It should go to your email pretty quickly, but of course, as emails want to do, sometimes things do end up in your spam. So double check your spam if it doesn't come in within the first few minutes. So once you've made an account, basically come back to this page, and if you click on login, we get in here, we can start making an account, or we can start making an entry here. And here is our dashboard. So this is where you can go to make new submissions. It's also where you can see a little bit of information, as well as come back to submissions that you've previously started. So you can see on the left here, you have your menu where there's the dashboard. You'll have access to categories here. So this is the same service we're going to be using to collect submissions for the Western Canadian Music Awards. And once that launches, you'll be able to see all of the awards categories here. And you can also look at all of the entries you previously made. So if you're submitting for multiple artists, you can absolutely make multiple entries. You can just do that and look at them through there. There's also a help guide if you have any other questions. You can take a look at the schedule here where you can see when things are about to close, and a little countdown here. Note that the countdown will be a little bit further advanced when you see it, then you'll see it here because I'm making this up in advance. When you're ready to go, you can click Create Entry, and we can get started filling out the form. Just a quick note, of course, before you start, to make sure you read the eligibility and make sure you are eligible before you begin submitting the form. Of course, it is technically a category. The category is Festival Showcasing. You can click Enter here. So here you go. So once you get started here, we'll get you to put in a title. Feel free to use the artist name here. So I'm just going to say I'm Liam Prost. Let's say I'm LP in the singles. Please do take a quick look and read through the information we have relevant here, and begin filling out the contact information. So I'm just putting this in brief, but please do fill this out correctly. So this is currently asking for the submitter's information, so that is likely going to be you. Please do include a contact email that is monitored, and of course a current and open and usable phone number, as well as a current mailing address because stuff may get mailed to you. Please do include your current residence. So let's say I live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And then the form here is going to ask you if you, the submitter, are also the artist. So if you are a performing member of the artist or the front person for the artist, please do select yes. But of course, if you are a manager, agent, or another rep, please say no here. And then we'll just ask you to put in a direct contact for the artist as well. And then, of course, we're going to get some information about the artists themselves. So here where it says artist name, this is where you are going to put how you would like the artist to be billed. So here I say Godspeed You Black Emperor. So if you are a band that is inner caps or any additional special characters, please do include that when you submit here. We'll also get you to put the phonetic pronunciation of the artist's name, just so we can make sure it gets pronounced correctly. Sometimes things do get read aloud, depending on whether or not you get accepted at the showcase by MCs, stuff like that. It's really, really helpful to make sure that we are saying your name right. Please do put a genre as well. This is just important for us for categorization and for reporting. I know sometimes people don't love to call themselves by specific genres because they might be, an artist that blends genre, and that's totally great. We totally understand that. Please do your best to put the thing that you think best describes you, and if there's something more specific, you can use this next field to include the piece. Under province and territory here, please do say your current province. So that might be where the artist currently lives. Please do read our residency requirements before you submit. So if you, the submitter, maybe you're a manager or an agent who lives in Ontario, this is about the artist, not about the submitter, if the submitter is not themselves the artist. Also, if you're a member of a music industry association, as we indicated before, you do get a short discount. So please do put in, if you're a member of Alberta or Manitoba Music, Music BC, Music Yukon. All these are great orgs, and you should be connected to them anyway. Please do let us know which ones you're a member of. And of course, if you're not a member of your provincial one, we do recommend it, but you can always indicate if you're a member of SOCAN or Music Canada Live instead. Of course, artists from Nunavut might not have a provincial music industry association, but we do still accept submissions from artists from Nunavut. We really do encourage them, and you'll still get the discount. Just let us know you're from Nunavut, and we'll still give you the discount. Great. And if you have additional team members that you'd like to let us know about, we'd love to hear about them. So please do indicate if you have an agent, management, publicist, and of course, that'll open up fields for you to put in their names. Let's move on. Of course, if at any time you need to come back to the form, you can always click Save Draft at the bottom of the form, and then you can come back at a different time. Of course, if you start to fill it out and you don't hit Save Draft, it's not going to save, so you're not going to do everything again. So please do hit Save Draft. If you do need to walk away and collect your thoughts, that's totally fine to do. Just make sure you get your submission in before the deadline. Great, so this next part of the page is our identity questions. BreakOut West, of course, as an organization, is committed to diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility. We want to make sure that our festival is as representative of the community that we represent as possible. Of course, we're always striving to kind of identify and break down the barriers that might prevent people from engaging with us, say, for example, from submitting to the festival or submitting to our awards. And so by filling this out, you're really kind of helping us get a sense of who our community is, who is engaging with us, and of course who is not. And that helps us, of course, break down those barriers and try to get at and kind of figure out where we're not as representative as other places. Of course, this information is really for internal use. It's really for us to make sure that we're doing the best we can in terms of representation. You don't have to fill it out if you don't want to, but just want to remind you that all of this information is disaggregated from your personal data. So no one outside of BreakOut West will ever see your name associated with your answers here. It's just going to be seen like in reporting to our funders in like, vague percentages. Of course, this is something that our funders also are interested in trying to make sure that we improve as best as we can. Of course, if you have any questions about this, you can feel free to email. And of course, these questions are all optional. Also, a quick note, these are in regards to the artists themselves, not necessarily the submitter, unless it's the same person. But once you've put all of this in together, you can hit next, and we can move on to the next piece. Here, our next section is all about artist documents. So this is where you're going to be putting in a little bit of information that helps the jury decide who is going to be the right fit for the festival. So the first thing, and of course, you'll have seen this at many other forums, an artist biography. Please make sure this is up to date. And of course, there's a maximum of 200 words. We'd also really love to know if the artist is going to be performing solo or if your artist performs as an ensemble instead. This just gives us a sense of, where to put bands, if they, what stages to put them in, as well as how many people we can expect to be on site. So if you click solo, we're just going to presume that the artist contact is the only person who's going to be on site. And if you click band, please do let us know how many members you're bringing and what they're doing. So saying, Johnny, and he plays the trumpet. That's great. Here, of course, factor eligibility. This is also an important piece. If you're not connected to or familiar with Factor, Factor is the foundation for the advancement of Canadian talent on recordings. And basically, they're one of our funders, one of our important partners. They help us do what we do. And of course, we are a Factor recognized showcase event. And so the event is meant to recognize and provide opportunity to what we determine to be export-ready artists. Factor has created a series of criteria for export readiness, and these 4 are the ones that they've indicated for us. So basically, please do read these thoroughly, and please click all the ones that are relevant to you. And if none of them are relevant to you, please do indicate none of the above. Please be honest here, but I would like to reiterate that this is a primary criteria by which we determine who is going to be ready for the opportunities that we provide. If you're a member of a CFM, please let us know. That's just a useful piece of information to have, as well as we'd love a little bit of information from you about where your artist sits in terms of their career. So this could be radio successes, this could be chart positions, notable press, industry recognition, recent signings, management, releases, agencies, synchronizations, anything. Feel free to put it in there if it's relevant and you think the jury should know that in their consideration of you for the BreakOut West Festival. Also, we'd love to know a little bit about your performance history, how much you've performed, where you've performed, who you've performed with. Any context is great. Please do indicate any notable performances here. And then, of course, goals. Goals, I would say, is the most important component of the BreakOut West submission, in my opinion. Please do let us know what you would be looking to accomplish on behalf of the artist at BreakOut West. So are there particular people you're looking to meet? Are there particular industry team members you're looking to engage, or other types of opportunities you're looking to cultivate? We really want to match the industry that we bring out to the event with the artists that we have perform at the festival. So putting in a good sense of your goals is really going to help us get that together for you. The next piece is social media. Please do indicate all that are relevant to you, although I would suggest to you only indicate the ones that you actually use. If you have a Twitter account but have never tweeted, maybe leave that one for now. That's fine. Please, of course, use full URLs if possible. I would say use your HTTPSs where you can. Sometimes Owly, Bitly, all of those things, sometimes they go away over time. So please just indicate what you have. Please indicate a live performance as well. This can be a link to a YouTube or a Vimeo. Ideally, this is a live performance with live audio. We'd prefer not to receive music videos or live performances that are synced to master tracks. We'd love to get a sense of what you actually do. So live audio is really key for that. Some folks, have like iPhone stuff at bars, and honestly, it's not the end of the world. Whatever you have would be great, but live audio is really, really important, of course. But we always do suggest for people to put their best foot forward. Also, please do put in the relevant music streaming sites that you have that you would like us to take a look at. We've only indicated ones here that have free tiers because not every jury member necessarily has a Tidal account, so we have an include Tidal here. But please do put down the ones that your music is represented on of any of these services. Grant, for this next page, we're going to ask for a little bit of media from you. So this is just the particular components that you would like us to take a look at in consideration of your artist. So please do send us a promotional photo. A link would be great. So if you have like a website where you can download a photo, that would be great. A Dropbox, a Google Drive, a Box, a WeTransfer link, those are great. That's fine too. Please do drop that here. And then of course, music selections. You can either drop a link to a song on Spotify or a song on Bandcamp or Disco. That's great. If it's unreleased Disco or SoundCloud, you can upload stuff unlisted there. That's totally great. And if you need to, you can also put a Google Drive or Dropbox link here either. You can also upload support materials if you would like. We would suggest you drop things like PDFs, like letters of support, artist CV, anything else that you think might be particularly relevant. This isn't super necessary, but the option is there. And of course, if you are not somebody who is, maybe the most computer oriented, maybe you live in a place that doesn't have great internet access and Google Drive, Dropbox aren't the best tools for you, feel free to send us a note and we're happy to see what we can do to accommodate you. If you want to send like an attachment, like a photo by an attachment, not the end of the world. You can send less than 25 megabytes, as an email to liam@breakoutwest.ca. And of course, make sure to hit yes so that you can be opted into our newsletter so you can find out, one, if you're selected, but two, any additional pieces. If there's any fields that you didn't quite fill out, it's going to give you a holler here. So please do make sure you're filling this out in full. And then once you do that, you're able to click submit and you're able to finish your submission for the festival, check out, and carry on your rest of the day. And you'll be hearing from us relatively soon about your festival showcasing status. Right. So just a quick heads up that as soon as you hit submit, you will have an option to give it a quick review before it goes to the payment page. But once you've made the payment, you won't be able to go back and review it. So make sure that you go and you give it a double check before you submit your payment. And remember, if you'd like to, stew on it for a little bit, put the information in, make sure you save it as a draft before you hit submit. Of course, you can always go back and make multiple submissions. And remember, you're going to be using this same login to be going back and submitting for the Western Canadian Music Awards later this spring as well. So thanks so much for submitting. I hope that you found this tutorial to be informative, and best of luck with your submission to the awards and the festival. You'll be hearing back from us later in the spring, and of course stay tuned to submit for the awards. And of course we'd love to see you in Kelowna regardless. We're taking place October 11th to 15th this year, and it's going to be a fantastic time. Please do, if you have further questions, feel free to email me, liam@breakoutwest.ca, or if you have any questions about award stage or the awards themselves, please email Johnny@breakoutwest.ca. Thanks so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.